super important, guys. Because some of us, we're kind of just like hollowing out our body, and now there's nothing sandwiching the legs together, right? So I really make sure, right? We call this a waterfall pass for a reason. I'm melting my body over the leg. Do you feel like that pressure going onto your leg? So I'm making sure that my torso is mushing his legs together like this, okay? If there's no pressure on the leg, then he's gonna be able to frame me away and do things like that and be annoying. So I'm really like melting my body over and dropping my forehead to the armpit, or like right above the armpit on the shoulder. I'm gonna go arm wrap, hugging the hip, closing my elbow, okay? And then of course this hand should be doing nothing else but controlling the bottom leg. If I don't control this bottom leg, there's nothing stopping Mike from just extracting his foot out of my pass and putting me back in the danger zone. So I like to personally go, try to keep this leg sticky, like hook, yeah. So I personally like to go shin slice over the leg, but you're free to also pummel your leg out if you feel like that's easier. My knee, pummel my foot, or instead of pummeling, I just keep this hand on the knee, pulling it down, shin slicing. All right? And once we're here, what's the dilemma? Either my partner keeps their knee low, right? So there's nothing blocking my body from jumping to the other side, getting my pass on the far side, or they're gonna poke their knee out and keep it high, okay? In which case, if I try to jump over, he's gonna block me. Or worse yet, I jump, he extracts the bottom leg, puts me in closed guard. So in this case, since his leg's already pinned, I'm just gonna put my knee into the pass box. All right, I can climb the upper body and pass. One other option you can do, once I'm in this position, is if they're insistent on framing with this leg, what I can look to do is now climb my knee past the line of their knee. Can everyone see all right? So I'm here. I'm going to open up my elbow and bring my knee above the line of their knee, almost like body lock passing. Okay? Now he's not going to be able to put his knee to his torso, closing the pass box. Once my knee stops him from pulling his knee to his chest, I'm going to be able to alleviate the job of this hand on the bottom leg and shoot like an underhook with my hand. It's exactly like the body lock pass, right? So I'm here, boom. Now I can open up my elbow to make space for my knee. Now I can punch my underhook, and now I can switch my head positioning. So if Mike's framing my body, I can move my head to the other side and see how I'm now melting my entire body into the pass box, essentially creating a wall where neither one of Mike's legs can go to his chest. Try to pull your knees to your chest. My whole body's blocking, right? So I can go to side control, I can go knee on belly, pass, and now we hit our arm bar. Because I'm no longer putting weight onto my legs. If I shift my weight back, and I'm not putting my weight on them right now, it's gonna be hard to lift my legs, it's gonna be hard to pass. You're gonna feel like stuck. But if I put my weight onto them here, all right, now my legs are free to move, right? I can even do like a handstand. And that's how you wanna feel. You wanna feel like you're climbing the person. Like you're attached to them, and then your legs are free to swivel and pummel and do all this cool stuff based on how they react, okay? So that's the first thing. So I'm really staying tight here, and I'm putting my weight, so I'm driving weight into my shoulder so I can move my legs freely, right? No problem. All right, first one, we're framing, shin slicing, and look, guys, I don't want to stay parallel to them, okay? Because now if Mike starts to lift his hips up, because let's say I take weight off his hips, just like turtle into me hard. Yeah, like this. Because I'm parallel. Okay, go back. So as soon as I shin slice, boom, look, I start circling this way. Okay? Now look at all the space I've created, forcing Mike to react. Okay? He's going to have to try to follow me. And when he does, he's either going to open the pass box or he's going to drop his leg. That's his choice. Okay? Go back. So look, I'm walking. And now look, it's like I'm like winding up the car to move. Okay, so you're like walking, forcing them to stay even more attached. And now there's other things we can do too. I can lift my leg up, go leg weave, right? Now you have more options because you've created space for them to react into. rather than staying tight, now I don't have a whole lot to react to. Okay. Let's add one more pass, and let's still work towards the armbar. Now they're going to be crossing their feet, okay? And the reason I think this is important is because a lot of people will do this to get into leg locks, but because we have to change the mechanic in which we get out of this lock. Can we rotate my feet? Okay. So, for those of you who don't know, all right, this is something they call a Z-guard, okay? And they're basically playing a low knee shield, but now they have a lot more control of my hip and my leg because they can extend, the hook is or the low knee shield is reinforced, right? It's a stronger hold on your leg. Nonetheless, we're still going against like a half guard variation, so we should be able to win this kind of exchange. There's a lot of cool things I can do using my hand to pop this hook off, but right now I want you guys to commit to the tripod model. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna melt my body over. I'm gonna go arm wrap. Some of us are posting our hand on the floor, guys. Every time I put my hand on the floor, it doesn't even matter if you feel like you're putting weight into your hand. You're committing your weight to the floor and not your opponent. I know it's like silly because you think, oh, I'm just like touching, but it matters, right? We want to be connected to something that's going to help us and facilitate our passing towards a better position. So if I let go of my hip wrap, which is supposed to be helping pull his hip up, so I can drive my shoulder into his sternum, so he can't shrimp away, so he can't move his hip in any meaningful way to stop me from passing. So if I let go of my arm wrap to post on the floor, maybe now he can punch an underhook. Maybe now he can go razor arm bar, which is even worse, right? Maybe now he can off balance me by opening up his knee, and now he's in on my legs or X guard. So we don't want to give up any position. So here, my chest, stomach over the leg. Can you lock your feet for me? Yeah. And now I arm wrap, fingertips digging under the hip, so there's no disconnection here. So you cannot shoot an underhook under this arm, okay? Forehead here. Now instead of framing this knee so he can't pull his knee out to go to close guard, so go back to regular low knee shield. So usually when we're here, if their legs aren't locked, their goal is to chest escape, pull their knee to their chest, put us back in the danger zone. So this arm here on the knee is acting more as a frame to stop them from retracting that knee. Once they lock their feet into a Z-guard, their goal is no longer to pull that knee out. They want to clamp your hip and they want to manipulate your hip and basically play like a weight distribution game with this clamp. So they're not framing, they're more using it as like a lever or as a hook essentially. So I'm here, instead of framing, I'm going to be looking to pull this up. And as I pull this up, I'm going to look to turn my knee out and drive my knee to the back of the calf. Pop, to pop. Off the hook, off the lock in his feet. Okay, so again, let go actually real quick. So I'm doing this, guys. I'm picking up my knee, and I'm driving my knee to the back of the calf. And from here, we can shin slide over, or go back, right? I drive my knee to the back of the calf, or I can pin the leg and pummel my foot out, and go back to my pass. So he locks it. I clamp even further on top of the leg, forehead on the armpit, shoulder area, and look, instead of framing, I'm going to pull, and as I pull, I'm going to be looking to extend my knee into his calf. All right, and there's lots of things we can do. If I feel like he's extending his leg, right, I can shin slice over, I can double up on this hook, but what I want you guys working on now is the same thing, okay? What is the dilemma? If his knee's low, we can jump over, boom. If his knee's high, we can knee cut, and if we want to progress to a better position, maybe he's staying really low and he's really pushing though, I open up my elbow, I get my knee past the knee line, near side underhook, get my head on this side, and now we can climb, right? I can back step into the pass box if he just stays in place. If he really drops that knee, maybe turning into me, I can now pull my knee over, I start doing some leg work to get to that side, get back slide right into mount, and attack my arm bar. There's lots we can do there. Okay?